Hi everyone. I'm back from vacation and I'm ready for another Bible story. I had a great, restful time, but I'm really glad to be back with you for our time together. This week we are going to explore a story that tells us all about a few brave women who saved a little boy who grew up to be a great leader of the Israelites. Let's open our time together by lighting the Christ candle, inviting Jesus to be with us. And let's say the prayer that Jesus taught his disciples. Please pray with me. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Here are a few things I would like you to wonder about. In the past week, who has shown love for you and cared for you? How did they show that love and care to you? And who looks after you and keeps you safe? How do they keep you safe? The Bible story for today is about people who cared for and protected a special baby. The story comes from the Old Testament, the book of Exodus, and that is the second book of the Bible. The Old Testament books were written before Jesus was born. Last time we were together, our story was about Joseph and how he brought his family to Egypt. Long after Joseph grew old and died, the Pharaoh who ruled at the time did not remember everything that Joseph had done to save the Egyptians. The Pharaoh was worried that there were too many Hebrew people in Egypt, so he came up with a plan. I have a couple of guests with me today that are going to help me tell the story. Our first guest is Pharaoh. And our second guest is a girl called Miriam. Pharaoh's going to help me get Miriam all set here. So here we have it. We have Miriam and we have the Pharaoh. Hello, Pharaoh. Hello, Miriam. Thank you both for being with us today. I hear that you have a story to tell about a special baby and some very brave women who helped save him.
Why, yes, we do. A story where I am not a brave person, but I am a somewhat scared and not so nice person. But Miriam, boy, was she brave.
Well, why don't you both tell us the story?
I am the ruler of Egypt. I issued a terrible order across the land. I commanded that all the baby boys born to Hebrew women must be killed. There were two women who helped at the birth of all these babies in Egypt, Shifrath and Puah. These women were told to do this dreadful thing. But they said, "No way, that would be wrong." Shifrath and Puah disobeyed my orders and made excuses so that I would not find out. But when I realized what was happening, I sent my soldiers to go after the baby boys. Looking back, it was a terrible time for the Hebrew people.
My mom, Jochebed, gave birth to a strong baby boy, my little brother. She was a brave mother who did everything she could to keep my baby brother hidden. But babies are noisy sometimes. So Jochebed made a basket from reeds and covered it with tar to make the basket watertight. She tucked her baby into the basket and placed it in the tall rushes at the edge of the river so the soldiers wouldn't find it. I stayed close by to watch over the baby.
Now, it just so happened on that day, my daughter came down to the river for a bath. She saw the basket floating in the reeds and sent her servant to get it. When the princess opened the basket, she saw the baby. The servant said, "This must be a Hebrew baby. He's beautiful. I'm going to keep him safe."
Right away, when I saw Pharaoh's daughter with my baby brother, I had to think quickly. In an instant, I came out of my hiding place and stood before the princess. I was a bit scared, but I knew that I had to do a very brave thing for my brother. I asked the princess, "Would you like me to find someone to look after the baby for you? I know a woman who would feed and care for him." The princess said yes. So I went to get my mother. The princess asked Jochebed to look after the baby. Now her son, my brother, was safe from the soldiers. I think that all of us showed such bravery to help save this baby.
A few years later, my daughter brought the baby to the palace and adopted him as her son. She named him Moses, which means pulled out, because she pulled the baby Moses out of the water.
That was such a beautiful story. Thank you so much, Pharaoh and Miriam, for being with us. Bye. What a story of bravery for sure. Moses grew up to be a very important leader of the Israelites, showing bravery himself. All of these folks had God to help them. I have a few questions for you to answer and to think about. What did the Pharaoh do? What did the midwives Shifrath and Puah do? What did Jochebed do? What did Miriam and the princess do? Which of these people showed brave and caring love? Do you know anyone else who shows brave and caring love? Think about ways that you might give thanks for the people in your life that show you love and care. Here's a small little craft that you can do to remember all of those who show you love. I'll send you a copy of the heart pattern that you may use to make your own garlands. Or you can just cut a few hearts and place that person's name on a heart and place it somewhere that can make you think of that person. You can thank God for each of these people during your prayers and be grateful that they are brave and caring love when you need it. Here's another craft that might be fun to make. It's a thank you flower. If you have 2 different size muffin cups, you can just use them and tape them together. And then I just took some construction paper and put a little circle in the middle. And then I cut out a leaf and I said, "Thank you for caring for me." And if you have a stick or a lollipop stick or craft stick, whatever you have at home, you could just put them all together and give it to the person or people who show you brave and caring love. Thank you for watching our Sunday school video this week. I hope that you show some brave and caring love to someone this week, like Miriam and the princess and Jochebed. God helps us to be brave and to care for one another and for God's creation. I know that you are brave and caring, just like Shifrath, Puah, Jochebed, Miriam, and the princess. Please pray with me. God of stories, we are so grateful for the stories in the Bible that teach us how to be good disciples and how to care for your people. Thank you so much for loving us. We love you too. Amen. Have a wonderful, brave, and caring week. You are in my thoughts and my prayers while we are apart. Bye-bye for now.